Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, the 5th of October. I can't believe it's October already. September's been a bit of a difficult month with regarding to making videos, content and stuff. Going back to school is always a tricky time. As in the last video, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch that from about a week ago. We've had a lot of difficulties with George with transitioning in and out of school. That at the moment, touch wood, has been resolved. Had a meeting with the school, that's worked really well, and the going in and out has been sort of like resolved. The destroying a property and kicking and all that sort of thing seems to have been resolved. We've had a few issues with George with regard to screaming and shouting for certain toys that he doesn't have. We've tried to resolve that to some degree by buying some of it but not going overboard with it. I'll show you what we got this week. Mostly second-hand stuff, nothing's been new. It's been like bought on Facebook Marketplace and things like that. So that's helped with certain stuff he's seen, but obviously we don't want to go down the route of everything he sees buying, which is another issue. But it's Saturday, no school. They're up early, but it's been pretty calm this morning so far. Even to the point that George received a certificate this week for having a really positive week, engaging in sessions and transitioning around the school, which, on contrast to the first couple of weeks back, it was a massive improvement. Even all the teaching assistants and his teacher that I've spoke to this week have said that they've noticed a big difference in his behaviour and his challenging behaviour. So this week's been much better in that regard. Matthew as well been a lot better this week. We've been having some issues with him with playing his games that he plays, Fortnite and stuff like that, screaming and shouting at the game and losing his temper with that. So Amy gave him a couple of days break from that, said, right, you're not on it, you're not playing it at all. I think last weekend he didn't play Fortnite at all from the Friday until I think it was the Tuesday he didn't play it. She said to him, right, you're having a Fortnite free weekend, and it worked really well. He is on it this morning, but he's behaving. So I think maybe the break, sometimes all the prospect of a break, one, is good for him, and two, when he does go back on it, he's a little bit more controlled in his behaviour, which has been nice. Cat outside. So a couple of other things this week. George had an appointment at the hospital, they've cancelled that. What's this cat doing? You see that? Yeah. What's the cat's doing out there? George had an appointment at the hospital which was cancelled. That was for Monday coming up, that's been cancelled. Hang on, wait a minute. So just as I was saying, some of the troubles we've had, Amy had to come down and rescue us because George was shouting for Spider-Man Lego. So what I would say what he's been doing, he's losing stuff and then expecting us to just find it within seconds because he just put stuff all over the house. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, but what annoys me is he'll stand at any point in the house and scream for what he's lost, won't look for it himself, but just follow you around screaming about it whilst you turn the house upside down to look for it.
So you're saying Spider-Man Lego?
Yeah, it's infuriating when it's something that's this big.
It's always a Lego figure.
Yeah.
And we can't get rid of him because that's what he's into at the moment.
But I found it, so it's all good.
But Amy found it, and then what's she saying after that though?
Shopping new one.
Shopping new one. So you better throw that down to me so I can put it back in the rack.
It's like, I understand when you say you can't give in all the time, but when was it, last week? We both ended up giving in because you bought him the Lego stuff, like the Toy Story Lego. I bought him the Morph toy that he was kicking off for. So we both give in sometimes.
And as soon as I said a minute ago that Matthew's been better on that game, he's been complaining and moaning.
But the thing is, like you said, you give in and you buy something that he's kicking off for. Like I bought him the Morph toy, and as soon as that came, don't get me wrong, he was like happy with it, but like 5 seconds later he was going, Moana toy, Moana soft toy. So you fulfill one thing that he's kicking off for, and then it immediately changes to something else.
That's what I'm saying. We've got to just get to the point with the castle playset. Amy's bought it for him for Christmas. She bought it on Vinted. She's not giving it to him.
I am not.
I said, do not give it to him, because he's waited like 3 months. He's been going on about it. But as soon as she gives it to him, the same as the other Tree Food Tom stuff, he stopped going on about it.
The stuff I bought on Vintage is still in the box.
Yeah.
He doesn't even open it or play with it. It's still in the box. And this castle playset, even though it was like £35, it took me ages and ages to find one of those because I'm looking constantly. But it's just like, I was saying to you this week, when Matthew was saying, oh, we need to go to the shop for something. I said, I haven't got the money. I've spent all of my money this week on shopping and fulfilling what George needs and shopping Legos. It's impossible. You can't keep up with it all the time. Money-wise, you can't keep up with it all the time.
And I'll show you what we found, what he's saying, a new one, which we're not doing. So let's see if Amy can find it. He's brought it in his bedroom. Has he put it in the car?
No, it's not in the car.
So where's he put it then? Where's he just thrown that? He's literally just come up with it. So what's he done with that?
He's probably thrown it somewhere so he can pretend like he's lost it again, so then he, in his mind, he thinks that's right, I'll just get a new one.
He's just put it in this bed, did he? So there we go. That little Lego man. What did he do after moaning about it? Amy found it and he came into here and threw it in there. He threw it in there. Look, this is all train track and stuff. I know it's quite dark in there, but basically he got that, lobbed it down there, and then started asking for a new one, which is, and listen to him moaning, he can come off that game as well. I literally said this morning about him behaving on that, and now he's moaning so he can come off it. And that's the other thing that Amy bought him this week, the Morph teddy bear. So yeah, we're fighting a losing battle at the minute. He wants constantly, and bear in mind this house is full of toys now. This is one I got him the other day from Facebook, which look has got a Army Man Lego.
Bear in mind, it's not just toys though, is it? It's food.
No, it's food as well. Those two there and a Woody one as well. Oh, that's just come off somewhere. Pickling slices is another thing. He's still off Heather's 1-to-1 at her shopping, so Amy had to replace them, and then when they went off I had to rebuy them because it's just got the minions on it. Last week, at the beginning of the week, George has had these Pringles which he doesn't eat in his bedroom for, how long has he had them in there?
Oh.
6 months?
Yeah.
And Matthew had eaten a tube of them, bar a few. And as soon as George noticed, he started screaming one morning at 7:45 in the morning. I had to go and replace them, so I had to go and buy 3 or 4 tubes of Pringles that he doesn't eat. And we've had to tell Matthew again to not eat them.
Yeah, well, you replaced 3. He asked for 8.
Yeah, he was asking me for 8, and I was like, no chance. They're like £2 a tub. I'm not spending 16 quid on Pringles he's not going to eat. So I did replace 3 of them, and look, they're all sealed. So I said to Amy, what we'll have to do is keep our eye on them, and when they're coming near the end date, replace them and then eat them so that at least they don't go in the bin.
I don't even know what date's on those, Mr. Kipling.
He won't eat these Kiplings, so it doesn't really matter, but we're going to have to get rid of them at some point.
I wouldn't eat the bottom ones anyway, the banana flavour.
I would eat them. So...
Oh, Matthew.
So yeah, that's what we're battling at the moment. Losing toys deliberately. And as we just seen there, throwing it away so that he can ask for more. And now I'm going to have to tell Matthew to get off Fortnite. So that's Matthew off his Switch now for the weekend. Because you can't behave yourself.
I can't kill anyone in the creative lab.
I don't care if you can kill people or not. You were told this morning, where are you told this morning, don't go screaming and shouting at your game. Me and Mum are looking for that thing, you're down there screaming and shouting at the game. So we give you a yard and you take a mile. Literally can't win. Yeah, it does. You give an inch, you take a mile. So...
That makes no sense.
Well, what doesn't make sense is you screaming and shouting at a game when you were told not to. What more can we do? If anyone's got any advice on how to stop this constant battle, either with George with toys or Matthew with the game, that he gets told, I won't shout at it, and within literally 5 minutes of me telling you he's behaved on it, he's not again. So then we have to say, right, turn it off, take it away, and then it just goes back in a vicious circle. Later on he'll have to go back on it. I'll say, you can go on it as long as you don't stop moaning and screaming and shouting. He'll say, no, I won't, and then 10 minutes later he's screaming and shouting at it. So every single time he does it, it's going to get taken off him. And the same with George. The minute he starts kicking off about stuff, I'll take it off him, because I'm not replacing stuff constantly. Like Amy said, it's not just the money. The money's one factor of it. But it's also the fact that we're just literally batting our heads against the wall constantly at the minute. And it's like the pair of them think money grows on trees. They think that George thinks that anything he sees online we can get. So we are really trying not to go down that rabbit hole all the time, but it's bloody difficult. The same with Matthew. I know all kids get frustrated at games, but it's constant. I'm not saying I didn't moan at games when I was younger, because I did, but not like that. It's ridiculous. So what one of the issues is with all of this is trying to not... It sounds stupid, but try not to blame each other as parents. The other day I got annoyed when Amy bought him something, I can't remember what it was now, something like this, what he'd been banging on about. She was trying to do the best she could because she'd been putting up with him kicking off. Buying stuff doesn't really help because it solves it for that moment, but it's just accentuating the problem. But then 3 days earlier I'd done the same and bought that Woody Lego, which George had. So I do it as well. We both do it. We're both guilty of it. But yeah, try not to like take it out at each other, because, you know, I'll say, why have you bought that? You're just making it worse. And then I do the same. So it's just at that heat of the moment, not blaming each other, which is, might sound like a simple thing, but we're pretty good at not doing that. The other day I did have a whinge about something, I can't remember what it was now, she thought. And then I upset Amy. You know, just normal parenting stuff, I guess, but, you know, you've both got your own ideas of the best way to parent the situation, our situation. 95% of the time we're on the same level, 5% we're not. Sometimes Amy will have a good idea, sometimes I'll have a good idea. So yeah, try not to blame the other person. I'm guilty of it, Amy's guilty of it sometimes, probably more me. But he's settled down now. You gonna come and sit down?
Never mind.
You wanna sit down with Daddy? Come here then with your blanket. You sit here? Come here then. Come on then. What are you doing?
I'm gonna walk up a time.
Hello.
What? Look, Mum, I drew a picture of the lightning on the moon. Look, Mum, I read time on the rocket and the macaroni.
Just do what you can. But if you've got any ideas on how to stop this losing stuff and then screaming and shouting at us, hit us up in the comments, because it's really, really difficult, because he's deliberately now, as you just saw, throwed that through the little figure in the train boxes so that we couldn't find it, so then he can kick off and I go get another one, which I'm not doing. I told him I wasn't doing it before. I said, no, I'm not getting a new one. That's it. If you've lost it, it's lost. But you've got to keep your guns to it to some degree. Without. The thing is, sometimes if we don't replace things, he'll break a tablet, which is 65 quid. He's broken TVs before, he's broken things in the house. So sometimes for an easier, cheaper life, you go, I'll just replace it. But then it doesn't stop the behaviour, so it's trying to find a balance. But anyway.
Rocket's gone. Rocket's gone.
The rocket's gone, is it? It's the beds. Is that the beds?
Daddy picks a bit of a bath. We get some more ponies. Pepper, George. Pepper, George, bath time. Boys.
He's enacting out of bath time. Pepper and George is in the bath. Come in then. Let's have a look. Here we are. Where's Daddy?
Don't clean a bit of pajamas. Special surprise about a bit of going to sleep. Pajamas. Brush your teeth.
Oh yeah.
Brush many. I'll stay with the bar.
And there's the playground.
Sky. A Daddy Pig is white. Star. It's a special surprise.
Is that night time?
Special surprise. Don't clean the pajamas. A special surprise about the bottom. Peppers of all day the pajamas. Brush your teeth,
Yeah.
Don't stop. Oh.
Where are they going, in bed? Oh, up in the loft.
It's time for bed. George, come into bed. Dreaming of this stuff.
What do you want?
Excuse me?
What do you want me to do?
Excuse me, Daddy.
You want me to move?
Move.
Where do you want me to move? You want me to go over there?
I'll go over there.
Excuse me, Daddy, can you move, please?
Move, please.
Good boy. Give me a kiss then. I'll move. Good boy.
Come on. I've got to give you up the TV.
Hello. Boys have just gone to bed. Adam's just pottering, and I I'm ordering our turkey. Every year I get it from Marks and Spencer's. That way I get like turkey and some of the sides and desserts and stuff, so it takes a lot of the stress out, because Adam just goes and picks it up and that's all done. So yeah, George was on his way to bed and then kicked off that he wanted more fig rolls, even though we've got like 2 packets, but that's obviously not enough for him. The boys have been fighting quite a lot today, mostly over the remote, because George is a TV hog. But yeah, there we go. So that is our Saturday. Adam's back to work tomorrow night. So yeah. Anything to add, Adam? No. Okay, well, hope everyone has a fabulous weekend.